with you. So now, to make it official, I present to you the Tonight Show marquee. Here we go. Let's light it up, boys. 3, 2, 1. Let's start the show.
I say, how you doing today? How are you doing today? I am your favorite rapper, the best film writer and director in St. Louis Facts, award-winning published author, actor, journalist, actor, business owner, nominated Hollywood Music Artist #1 bestseller, battle rapper, service of the year recipient, Lacey G. Soldier Turner. Give me some more accolades, nigga. Who raised these ninjas? But this is Uncensored the Conversation podcast. We are live right now. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. If you do not catch us today, you can catch us tomorrow wherever you listen to your podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you listen to, Pornhub, OnlyFans, Twitch. No, I'm just playing. I don't know about none of the other places. But we about to have another action-packed show today. So first up, we got radio personality as a lot of certifications. Miss Busy Boss in the building.
Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Let's get it.
All right, and then we got the person with the second most subscribers behind me. We got Tara Michelle in the building.
Y'all in the audience, just go look. Just gonna compare me and him, and you'll see what's really going on. But hey, everyone, this was a beautiful day, so let's have a beautiful evening.
Lord. And then we got the person with all the backstories on Earth and in the solar system. We got Ricky.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm just trying to pick up some food right now. I'll be home in about 20 minutes.
Bro, who raised this ninja? Then we got my boy. Don't forget the 3 battle rapper, musician, Tone Bone in the building.
What's up?
That's all the nigga gotta say. It's what's up.
Yeah.
Then we got my boy Black Jesus, the guest, KJ Bars.
What's going on, everybody? Good to see y'all back from the holiday.
Hey, KJ, how you pronounce your name, guy?
Kaylee?
I thought the K stood for Kendrick or Kevin or something.
No.
That nigga stupid.
Look,
Why you
I don't
call
know
him
what
Black
happened.
Jesus?
My granddaddy name was Kaylee.
Because he had a Black Jesus thing on there.
thing on his.
You ain't just see that when we just backstage, girl?
I wasn't paying attention.
Right, these niggas. So I guess Louis will be with us in a little while. So, but the first topic, it says, age yourself with a movie you saw at the cinema when you were a kid.
Teenage Ninja Turtles.
Go ahead, Tone Bone.
Teenage Ninja Turtles with the ooze.
What age is a kid?
Shoot, a kid.
What the fuck?
You sound like that sound like the question where they asked R. Kelly. You like teenage? When you say teenage,
why you playing, Lacey?
All right, Ricky.
I would say Who Shot Roger Rabbit, or the original one, or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or the original It.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's my shit. You ain't done
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I remember that.
Oh my God!
What you
Lord
mean?
Jesus.
It say when you were a kid. I was in the scary movies because they were funny to me.
I just ain't never heard of it. That's it.
You ain't lived life.
Well, I lived a life. I must not live this long.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna play with you, youngin.
Shit.
Go ahead, Stacey.
You say who?
Stacey.
I'm gonna say what did I get? Oh, like Back to the Future. Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Y'all remember Maximum Overdrive? They used to be my
what?
with the killer trucks and all that type of stuff.
You niggas tripping.
I remember that. How with the duck?
I fuck with Howard the Duck though.
KJ finna say the original Roots.
Go ahead, Tara.
You know what's bad about that?
I would
Roots
say
had been out. I was about 10 when Roots came out, so that ain't even it, y'all.
10
I
when Roots
would
came out.
He said Tara go. Can I say my answer? What we doing?
Go ahead, Tara.
Please let her say her
Thank
answer,
you.
please.
You motherfuckers is irritating.
Yes, thank you.
I feel like this.
Because I'm not really sure what you mean by kid, I'm going to say the original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah, I watched that when I was. My mama shouldn't have had me watching.
You made her shut up for that bullshit.
I sure did, motherfucker.
Uppity ass.
Yeah, KJ.
Uppity with Freddy Krueger. Shut up.
What up talking, bro?
Go ahead, KJ.
Look, I'm gonna go with Game of Death with Bruce Lee.
Nigga, what?
Bruce Lee, Game of Death.
I'm tired of him already.
You motherfuckers ain't y'all saying movies I ain't never even thought to even dream about.
Well, you are the youngest person on the show, so that makes sense.
Have you seen?
No,
Chris,
it don't, Tara.
Have you seen Christine? Tone, have you seen Christine?
Yeah, I seen Christine.
Cujo.
I know what Cujo is too.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. I know certain movies. You niggas saying shit I just ain't never heard of.
What about the
Have you seen Carrie? What about Carrie?
The original Carrie was the shit.
Yeah.
They're all gonna laugh at you. Yeah.
But he didn't see that at the theaters. He wasn't even born yet. That was 1976 or something like that.
You was born, nigga?
That's how I know you weren't.
I was born then. I was born then.
Damn, man, why you steady speaking?
I was born then.
Tom, fuck you. What is your problem tonight?
You is irritating me, man.
You are irritating me.
Yeah, crazy.
God.
All right, let's get to the next. It say, what is a food you would decline to eat, even if you were extremely hungry?
Bologna.
You would eat no bologna, even if you were super hungry.
No. I'm gonna die.
All right, Ricky.
We had this conversation already.
Right.
Now we had some similar.
Beans.
No, we had
I don't give a shit. Don't give me. I'm not eating it. I don't care how fucking hungry I am. I'd rather go lick the fucking sand in a. No, I'm not eating no fucking beans.
Beans. We said we know this. Remember, I said I want navy beans and stuff.
What beans?
Nasty.
Navy beans?
I don't give a shit what kind of beans you making.
Dwayne died to say Lacey is 67. He old as the Bible. Talk that shit to Dwayne.
67 is old as the Bible?
Tara, Michelle.
KJ, what you say? The original Montgomery? No, I'm just playing, KJ. I'm just playing.
Okay. You went. You got a little list over there, don't you? She like got that one. That was fun.
Lacey, what was the question again? I forgot the question. Oh, the food thing again. I'm gonna go with liver and onions. It tastes like blood. It's disgusting.
I don't see how people eat onions.
Onions hella fire, but when you put that liver shit with it,
Go ahead, KJ.
Chitlins.
KJ, you don't look like you eat chitlins.
I eat chitlins, but
so do I. Drowned in hot sauce. Absolutely.
If y'all eat chitlins, you will eat a whole person.
Whatever. I
don't eat no human. That's nasty.
Teresa said, "Hello, beautiful people."
Eating a human is nasty, but eating shit ain't.
Do you eat shit in your chitlins? Because you gotta clean them.
How are you?
They smell like shit even after you wash them and clean them and cook them. They still smell like shit. So you're eating shit.
You gotta put vinegar in there. And then put a little
what you put in there.
Vinegar do not smell good.
However y'all try to dress up the chitlin conversation is fucking disgusting.
Well, don't eat it. It's good for me.
She's like, you don't like it, don't eat it.
Guys,
don't worry, I've never had it.
I can't think you do that.
Since she said liver, I'm gonna say spam. Like canned spam.
Disgusting.
Hey, what's spam stand for again?
I don't know. What's stand for, girl?
I don't know. That's why I asked. I don't
Oh, I
remember.
don't know because I don't eat it. Shit, I don't know.
KJ, what spam stands for?
Ugh, Lord
I
Jesus.
mean, look,
KJ, look, I got a can right here. You probably got some spam and crackers right damn now, don't you, KJ? Don't you?
I don't do spam. Look, y'all see, my grandfather was from the South, and we used to eat. He used to bring home beaver, rabbits, stuff like that. You know, yeah, I grew up around a lot of country people, and believe
What
me,
about potted meat?
they still eat chitlins.
What
And
about
our
potted
family,
meat, y'all? Or something?
yeah,
I
yeah.
ate meat.
Look, don't give
Yeah.
me nothing, none of that.
You know what that is? How they spread that stuff on the cracker and eat it?
Oh, that
Potted
is
meat.
really trash.
Utterly
Why?
disgusting. Hot head cheese. Utterly disgusting. It just looked
What
like
about
it's
what's
fake.
that brown swagger?
Ugh. That stuff smell like feet too.
I think I like that.
I would eat
I used
brown
to like
swagger
brown
because my
swagger
mother's
before they
German.
reformulated or whatever. It's so salty now, it's gross.
Mm.
My mother's German, so I ate some brown swagger growing up. My mother bought it every once in a while. Crackers.
Mm.
What's the other one? Vienna sausages, Vienna
Oh yeah,
sausages.
Mm-hmm.
sardines.
Vienna sausages, nasty as shit.
Sardines are amazing.
Baby
Who said
cow
sardines?
days.
Sardines are amazing. I love sardines.
Sardines
Amazingly
go.
disgusting.
I use that when I make my macaroni.
Ricky,
Amazingly
what the hell do
disgusting.
you eat then? What do you eat,
I
Ricky?
don't
Anchovy.
eat none of that shit in the can you're talking about. That shit's disgusting. All of that shit in the can, that's nasty. Vienna, fucking sardines, shit just sitting over there forever. I don't
Oh,
want it.
Jesus.
All right, man. Let me go to the next topic. Next topic. Next topic.
But an interaction he had this past Friday with one of the school's assistant athletic directors had the team stumped and frankly furious.
I told him the same explanation I just told you. Just trying to get faster, it never hurts to gain speed. And he questioned and said, "Oh, aren't you already fast as is?" I go, "Yeah." And then he tells me that I gained that speed from running from the police. And that's how I gained that speed.
You heard that and thought what?
That was racist. There was no reason for him to say that.
The school declined to identify the staff member who made those comments, but Tony did not waste any time. He went home, told his mother what happened, and they decided Tony would be taking his talents elsewhere by transferring from Iona Prep to the public high school near his family's home.
We ended up pulling me out of the school. I decided to leave because of my current situation. As I'm already committed, I'm already going to school. I don't feel like I have to stay at a...
All right, Tara, what are your thoughts on this?
Wow, that's really mean. I'm going to assume this person was probably white, which makes it worse. But I'm really proud of this young man and his parents. You have to, you cannot let this school continue to benefit off your star talent, your abilities, get attention, and make money off of you if they would keep somebody employed. They even trying to protect him. They don't want to release his name. Why? You should be blasting his picture and his name all over the place, and he shouldn't be allowed to work with kids again. So I think that's remarkable. He sounds well taught, well raised, and I'm glad they got him up out of there. And I hope he has nothing but success in his life.
All right, Tone Bone.
I don't know what happened.
Who raised this nigga?
Yeah, I was there.
Young black boy is a star athlete at his school, and one of the white teachers told him the reason he was so fast is because he practiced because he runs from the police.
Now that's some fucked up shit.
So he left the school. His parents pulled him out of that school.
Yeah, that's a good move. That's fucked up. I think the teacher need to be like dealt with, like they like terminated or some shit. That shit crazy. He was a white teacher.
Hey, did your voice get deeper? Or you sick? What's up?
He was a white teacher.
We all know they.
Yeah.
I think so. See, only reason I say I think so is because they won't say the teacher's name or show his picture. Now, you know, if the teacher was black, they would have showed it all. So,
And
They said he
if
was
he was
racist.
black, he probably wouldn't take it. Yeah, if he was black, he probably wouldn't have took it a certain way. He probably would have been in a joking manner or some shit like that. But a white person saying that shit crazy. It's like that mob. I forget which one, dude. The dude, Lefty, the guy who Robert De Niro played in Casino, I believe it was. He made that comment saying black people are faster because we related to horses or some shit. Like he was like a sports person, bro. That shit crazy. That like I hate statements like that.
What about you, KJ?
So you know, it's unfortunate, but we're gonna see more of this now that Trump has canceled anything related to diversity, inclusion, equity and inclusion. So people not understanding how these microaggressions are racist, and they think it's funny. They don't realize how stereotypical it is, and we're gonna see more of this stuff. Unfortunately, instead of just saying, instead of contributing to him being a professional athlete, student athlete who has constantly increased his speed and worked on his craft, they got to equate it to something. It's the same way when they try to say we didn't build the pyramids. It had to be some aliens. There's no way Africans built the pyramids. Some aliens had to come from someplace. So it's unfortunate, but I'm proud of them. We got to take our talents where they want it.
Facts. All right, Stacey.
Okay. So I'm going to say I'm very proud of the young man, and yeah, I don't know. I think I would have gone up there and said something to the man. But anyway, neither there. I listen. They did a power move for real. Like, that's great. Like, don't run for this young man can be awesome. Probably end up being in the Olympics or something, or getting them a championship ring or whatever. So I would say I'm proud of them for getting the young man out of the school. And yeah, some people probably would have been like, well, we need the school, or well, you need to go there. No. So I say good move, and that's very sad that we still live in these trying times, but life is what it is. That part.
All right, Ricky.
I think it was commendable for what his parents did. I also feel like they teaching him, like, every time somebody say something about you, like, you got to teach him how to have tougher skin. He's not gonna be able to run away every time somebody says something. I'm not saying he should have stayed at the school. I'm not saying he should have left, but the sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Yes, those statements were very hurtful. I'm just saying that at what point do we be like, people are always going to have something to say. So if they say something about you in the NBA, you're going to walk out. If they say something about you in the NFL, are you going to walk away? Like, at what point do you say, okay, like, you got to learn to, I don't know. I'm a little torn on this. I'm a little torn on it.
So you basically said you can't run from you're gonna experience this in all life period. So you can't run from it.
He really is. And I think that is great that he left private school to go to public school. I think that's amazing, right? He like, I'm making a stance and I'm gonna say something. You didn't release the teacher name, so you like say this man's name. You know who said it to you? Like, hey, Mr. So-and-so at this school said XYZ ABC. So he doing the same thing the school doing, which is protecting the teacher.
Well, I heard that they were like, were they going to do a lawsuit or something? Is that?
Even if they do,
I
don't know.
Think that I like what you said, Ricky, but I also think, sometimes trauma can be brought up, upon students and people. You know what I'm saying? When you say something, yeah, sticks and stones may break your bones, they say, and words should never hurt you. But sometimes it can bring trauma. Yeah. So
I get that. We all walk around. I get
you
that.
want this young man to become aggressive and mean and stuff because, of what he's experiencing or how people are treating, or saying what.
I mean, but if we being honest about this, Stacey, this is when you start and you like, I want to do something that's going to have me in the spotlight, right? You have to understand that there's going to be good and bad that comes with it. You have to have tough skin. You aren't going to be able to always be like, I'm just going to switch teams. That's not how it's going to work if we're being realistic about this.
Well, when you have
do that mean that it's fair? Of course not. That doesn't mean that it's fair. But do that mean that it's not going to happen? Of course not. That doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Especially
having choices is a wonderful thing. So I'm glad we live in that type of world. world.
It's a very wonderful thing. I don't want them to set him up where they think where I'm not saying just him, but just people in general. Like you aren't going to always be able. It won't always be a transfer option.
I get what you're saying there, Ricky. I get that makes sense what you're saying. But I think an important thing now is like as Black people, we got to exercise our power when we have it. And we don't have to utilize it. You're exactly right. You can't run away from everything. But now that we do have the ability to move someplace else, that he doesn't have to stay there and be with the microaggressions that tear you down. He won't end up,
Right.
And so we got that capability. Like, for example, instead of going, it would be nice if all our African American students went to historically Black colleges and universities. They don't want us at the big schools, then we just take our talent there. But you're right.
What he said in that video was, he said, I'm already committed. So he knows what college he's going to and he's already committed. So he literally decided, I'm going to hit you where it hurts. Maybe he said star athlete. Maybe he's the one that helps them win all their games and they about to lose everything else for the rest of the season, maybe because they did this. So I think because he did weigh his options and he did have the choice and the power because he's the star athlete, he did the right thing. We got to somehow figure out how to make these people know you can't just talk to us any kind of way. You cannot treat us any kind of way. So when we have the choice to hit them where it hurts, just like if Black people stop shopping for 30 days, look what we just did to Target. How many hundreds of millions did they lose? We have power. We just don't always exercise it.
Facts. Boy, I remember we was boycotting the store where Mike Brown stuff happened, and we was telling people go to the other store. And they was like, "Oh no, y'all tripping! I need my cigarettes." I was like, "That's
exactly."
That was crazy. All right, let me go to this next topic. There.
For a man or a woman, which one of these would scare you more? That they've never been married and they're 50 plus, or they've been married 3 times? What are your thoughts on that? That was a conversation I had with somebody, and I'm gonna let y'all tell me what y'all think, and then we'll get into it.
All right, Tamara, go ahead and take that.
I should be going first.
Why?
Because he's the oldest person on here.
Because he's the oldest person on here.
Because he's the oldest person on here. He about 78. Look, he didn't age 5 years just saying that.
Hilarious. I will say this. I don't think either one of those things would scare me because I would have the right conversations. Why have you never been married? If he said something like, I've never been ready until now, okay. If he's been married 3 times, why? All 3 of his wives could have died. Now, if all 3 of them died, yeah, I'm definitely not messing with him. But because I just thought that through. So I don't think I'll be afraid of anything. If I don't like your answer, we won't be dating anymore. But I think the worst of the 2 might be the 3 marriages. Why can't you pick the right person and stay committed? So maybe that one.
All right, go ahead, KJ.
KJ should go last.
I want to go last.
All right, go ahead, Ricky. Yeah, Ricky.
Let me hear what these young folks have to say.
Right, thank you. It'll definitely right these young folks because we can't deal with these senior citizens like that by his bedtime. No, you need to go pop an arthritis pill. All right, look. I just said I was gonna do better. I apologize, KJ. Let me respect my elders. I apologize. Let me respect my elders. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. So I would say probably the 3 marriages. 1, you've been married 3 times. So now you're doing it as a sport. You like, oh, I like you. You like me. Let's just do it. Now you're doing it as a sport. I'm good on that. And then I don't think that I've never been married thing because at least that lets me know that you make good decisions. But the fact that you've been married 3 times lets me know that you doing it as a sport. And like, it might not be them, it's you at this point. Because you didn't have 3 different women and all of them gone. Yeah, it's you. It's you.
All right, Stacey.
I'm sorry. I just got back now. Are we doing something with KJ? Yeah. What happened?
You got a video short.
For a man or a woman, which one of these would scare you more? That they've never been married and they're 50 plus, or they've been married 3 times? What are your thoughts on that? That was a conversation I had with somebody, and
What would scare me the most would probably be I've had 3 wives. I just couldn't get it right. I don't know. I think both because the guy who has never been married, he ain't gonna know what to do. Like I'm gonna keep this real. Like I know somebody who hasn't been married and he's like 57. He's like KJ age or whatever. But or how? Oh, you're 54, right? 50. Oh, okay. So look, yeah. So he's never been married and he's like dating with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to be married, but he don't. I don't know. I would be scared to like say, okay, well, you're jumping into a marriage, unless the woman has been married and can, I guess, guide them or lead them. And what if the woman has never been married? They both just gonna be lost. I guess they just gonna be trying it together. But anyway, so I think both. I'm gonna say both. The one with the 3 marriages, because like I had a sister who's been married like 6 times, okay? But the one with the 3 marriages, and I asked her like why. She said, well, hey, you try. She said, try again. I guess until you get it right. I don't know. I don't know what that is or what that looks like. I don't care. But at the same time, that would scare me away. Like being married 3 times, it's like you this is what you do. Like if you get mad at something, or you just gonna say divorce, you know? So I don't know. I'm gonna say both.
Hey, Stacey, is
What?
your sister at this point talking about she done did it 6 times? She doing it for
Yeah,
sport.
she really been married like 6 times,
It's
like
it's her.
literally.
It's her.
Yeah.
It's
That's
her.
more than J Lo. Dang.
Yeah, like 6 times. Like I've never like jumped into a marriage like that. I don't like. Please, no.
All right. Look, in retrospect, I'm on my 2nd husband this year already. No, I'm just playing.
Oh wow.
All right,
I'm
KJ.
just teasing. I did get 2 proposals this year, but yeah, no.
Yep.
All right, KJ.
Yeah.
That's how most people are, though. Most people aren't married before they do. So they get married and they figure it out together.
Teresa said I would need details. Either situation could go either way. Age may play into it. Death could have played a part, or many other reasons.
But if all 3 of them dead, no, sir.
Hey, he's the killer.
Exactly. Or he cursed or something.
I'm
Absolutely.
not
No.
gonna
He
even.
the killer.
Yeah, I
Forget
ain't gonna.
Curtis. He was putting Drano in there. I'm not buying it.
I ain't
Absolutely
gonna
not.
lie, y'all. I got an aunt who done had like 3 husbands that had heart attacks. Like for real.
She induced them heart attacks. I'm telling you, your auntie is the
Using
killer.
Crisco, baby. All that
Hey,
Crisco on that fried
we be,
chicken.
we be like, here, no, it's always they be jogging and they just die or something. I don't know. It's like, oh wow, here we go
Yeah,
again.
she been killing them for a long time
We're
slowly.
like,
See,
here
this
we
is
go
I'm not
again.
finna give away no more secrets. I'm done. I ain't talking no
There's
more.
nobody on your side.
Go ahead,
I don't
Over
know
here
KJ.
who you
self-incriminating.
Go ahead, KJ.
All right. So what's crazy about this is as you get older, you do start looking at things different. You know, my first marriage, I got married when I was 20. You know, that lasted 10 years. My second marriage was when I was 40, and that lasted about 8 years. You know, total. If I met a woman and it was vice versa, you know, right now it would be understanding what happened. You know, because I'm and maybe from a different generation, you know, I ain't staying with you under all conditions. I don't live in a fairy tale. Certain shit is gonna be deal breakers, and deal breakers mean because once you done broke the dream, you know, I'm out. You know, certain things gonna be deal breakers, and I'm not gonna sit around and let you make mistakes and learn on me. That's okay. You know, I take my little heartbreak and find somebody that can appreciate it. You know, I don't believe in you know death to do us part. It's like a job. We treating each other good. We there for each other. Then that's different. But once different things starts happening
What's
in
the
relation,
benefits of this?
Right.
no,
Like, what is?
So do
no,
you
Go
say
ahead.
in your vows to death do us part? You just have to lie.
Nah, he skipped that part.
hey, well, I'm just being honest. You know,
What has
You got to
happened?
change your vow.
What
you
has
know,
happened?
Well, I mean,
I'm just teasing KJ. Mine is all in fun and jokes.
when I
I
can't
want to
trust
know
you,
what had happened. Yep.
when I can't trust you, and when you shown that you can't be trusted, then it's over with. I can't even
Is
fuck
it
with
trusted with money, or does it matter what kind of trust it is? It's just when you feel like you can't trust the person. Throwing
you.
it back on something.
I'm gonna say this, and in the second one, it was money. In the second one, it was some money. So I went through, where I was doing, I wasn't even checking the bank account. But then when I checked it, you been sneaky, then you ain't even got to be sneaky. And I'm real loose. Look. I mean, I'm as far as money, we spending money. I know we gonna spend it, we gonna blow it. I don't care. But you can't sneak
KJ, you
$30,000
said you
away.
were single and you looking for your third marriage.
Right now right now I ain't looking for that. Right now I ain't looking for that.
I was
Right
trying to
now,
help you out.
hey, right now it's more, companionship. Who can I hang out with and we enjoy ourselves. I don't want to bring somebody in to the intricacies of buying it and then have to separate it again right now. I'm sure I will at some point. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I remember, life, your mind is gonna change as you live. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna experience different things. There was a time that I would have never dated a woman with a child. There was a time I would have never dated a woman that was divorced. But now if I had a choice, I'd rather have a woman that's been in a relationship than one that hasn't. Because she kind of know the ins and outs and know how big of a deal it is to get married and to get a divorce, that it's not something plain.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of stop there, and sometimes, God wants you to be single.
So I don't think that's what God said. Because God, listen. First off, God ain't never say He wanted you to be single, which is why He made a woman from your rib. So He ain't never want that. Because if He wanted you to be single, then you would have been out here by your damn self.
That's how you think
That
you
is
got
not what
around.
God wanted.
That's how you
Don't
think
be
you got
trying to
there.
take bits and pieces and turn it into your analogy of what you think.
You really think that's where we came from?
Yep, we not gonna have this conversation.
Story
Look, we ain't finna go down memory lane on where we came from, but I'm just saying, don't try to say that God said He didn't want you to have nobody.
KJ
was there at the beginning of all of it. KJ was there. You right, KJ. My bad. Let me respect my elders. I apologize.
We got to the next topic, yeah.
Look, I was there.
Said, "What's up,
that ain't true."
He said, "Lacey's a young man. Relax. LOL." He said, "Don't let me." What did he say? Learn. Don't
you learn on me. I mean, that happens when you get to a certain age. You don't want to have to teach nobody when you in your 50s.
He said, "Tara, let me get a drink, or is that green screen?"
That's OMG. That's perfume for all you people that don't know. And Tara, I'm finna inbox you because I need something. Okay. That is the 100th time, but no, that's fragrance. It's perfume.
All right, we go to the next topic.
Hey, look, KJ, this is my last little slight at you, okay? And then I'm gonna stop. I promise. Like on this topic.
Now, would you say that to Black Jesus?
I would say that to Black Jesus too, because God said, look, listen, He said, be who you are. Don't change who you is on one day. So I'm gonna forever be me. Okay. So I would say the same thing to Black Jesus, because I talk to him just like I'm talking to you. Now, with that being said, light skinned Jesus, man. I gotta stop talking to this man. This is ridiculous. White Jesus then. Okay, whatever. Look, I'm just saying, we know that you was back there when Moses had let his people go from Pharaoh and them, right? I'm just saying that if you're looking for a friend with benefits, you can go on this thing called Backpage, because that's what it sounded like you was looking for. They do got this thing. It's called the World Wide Web. Look, it's called the World Wide Web. It's www. I just wanted to, help.
I got it.
Or you can go get like a lot lizard. All right, I'm done, KJ. I'm done. All right, I'm gonna be good. On Al Gore's internet.
Let me go to this next topic. Next topic.
Nowadays, being in a relationship and being married is not a flex. Babe, I bartend at the strip club. When I tell you most of those men in there have a wife or they got a girl at home. And I be like, why you not at home? Why you here? They hate their wife. They hate their girl. Like, Bitch, imagine waking up and your nigga don't even like you. Like I wouldn't even wish that shit on my worst enemy. I win, bitch. I'd rather go to jail. Like that's a crazy way to live. And I'd be like, well, why you won't leave? Or, like we grown, just leave. It'd be the paperwork with the marriage, or they got kids together, or they got businesses together. Like it'd be a lot of reasons as to why they can't leave, bitch. I would never want to live like that. Enjoy being single. Take those trips by yourself. Go to dinner by yourself. Spoil yourself. Save your pom pom. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like waking up peaceful. Bitch, I'm on my balcony eating peanut butter and motherfucking apples in my condo in Miami. View crazy. Finna go to the gym after that. No money problems. Set yourself up so you won't even have to live like that. Live in misery like that. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, being single is the flex. I'm telling y'all. Like, these niggas don't have no loyalty nowadays. No loyalty. I done been in the club and a nigga done tried to talk to one girl. The next day he coming there with another girl. I done seen men coming there with different women every night like it's no motherfucking loyalty. It's no loyalty nowadays. It's no standards. Don't nobody want to do shit the traditional way. Everybody snaking you behind your back. You got your niggas even talking about their females behind their back. Like, imagine you living with your nigga and he talking shit about you behind your back to another bitch. I would never want to live like that.
Yep.
Set yourself up, man, because one thing about it, a bitch that got her own paper, she ain't got to deal with none of that. A bitch that got her own, man, I dog niggas out. That's why my ass still single. Nigga, what? The fuck? Who the fuck you talking to? Man, what? Bitch, what? What you say? Man, what? I don't play the bar. I don't play the motherfucking bar. Can't no nigga say they gave me shit, paid my bills, or none of that. I stand 10 toes.
All right, Ricky, go ahead.
I knew you was gonna tell me. I knew you was gonna tell me to go first. It was so fucking funny, but I knew you was gonna tell me to go first. All right, look. So I ain't gonna say real quick, but look, that is a prime example of a bitch trying to keep some old female single. Don't listen to that hoe. Don't listen to her. That bitch is
Amen.
fake happy. That's why she's so worried about all these men in relationships and marriages, and why she in the club still trying. But she happy. One thing I will agree on is don't let a man define who you are. Make sure you have your own everything that comes with it. Because if that man leave, you need to be able to have your own motherfucking 2 feet to stand on. Don't listen to her, ladies, because she is not it. She's gonna keep you single forever. I do agree that a lot of dudes be out here embarrassing the shit out of their females. That is a known fact. They be out here embarrassing the fuck. I don't want no husband like the ones y'all got. Cause y'all husbands more single than the single niggas, and I don't like that. It's some truth in that. But don't listen to her because she gonna keep you single. So if you're looking for a mate, don't listen to her. If you want to be single and be like her, go bump a coochie with her. Cause clearly she like coochie now. That's
All
I'm done with it.
right,
Hey, Ricky,
Stacy.
where the pizza at?
Go ahead, Stacy.
I was asking Ricky where the pizza at. It seemed like she's been driving forever. Okay, look.
Oh no, I had went to go meet a man about a horse.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
And then he
Okay.
had shrimp and I'm allergic.
Was he hung like the horse? No, let me stop.
oh
Okay.
Then
my.
he had shrimp and I'm allergic.
So, oh Lord, have
Okay,
mercy, Jesus.
okay. Off the topic. We got off the topic. Okay, let me see. So, first of all, she needs to go to the gym. I'm gonna say that. Lord, what? Okay, and yeah. Is there a lot of men out here, talking bad about their women? Yeah, I've seen it, I've heard it, and that's so disrespectful and shit. Don't be in a marriage if you don't like your wife. I know somebody that don't like their wife and they still just hanging in there, like for real, for real. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't understand, because that should be like, that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? To have a mate to just come home to and just, cuddle up with this, it's beautiful. And for them to just be dogging a mates out and stuff, that's horrible. Like, don't get married or don't have a wife or a husband if you gon' dog them out. Like people be saying, what they say, call it dirty macking or whatever, I don't know. Talking behind people back and stuff, for your wife or your husband, like, that's crazy. But definitely, it's a blessing to having a husband or a wife. It's a blessing in that. So please don't listen to the misery love company, and she's just miserable. She wish she had a husband. That's what it is. So, ladies, don't take her advice from that part.
All right, Tara.
I agree with both ladies who've spoken already. I really don't I don't knock you if you don't want to be in a relationship. If you've been hurt and traumatized, cheated on, beat on, and you make that decision for your life, that's cool. It's when you sit up on your pedestal or your high horse and try to tell everybody else what to be. And she just sat there and admitted that she dogs niggas out. She called them bitches multiple times, like she wants to step to them, like she gonna fight them, and all of that other stuff that's gonna end up getting her knocked out if she really behaving like that and she catch the wrong dude on the right day. So for me, absolutely don't listen to her. And I hope she gets healing because she could live to be 100 years old. And I would never want to be single for the rest of my life. Sometimes it works out that way. That's cool. But I don't know, when I'm hurting or I'm going through something, it's not in my head to get up and tell everybody else to go be miserable or to go and do what I'm doing because I know I'm on some other shit. I don't know. That was different, but I agree. Do not be like her. Do what's best for you. And when you're mad and you angry, shut up. Be quiet. Because you only make yourself look stupid when you do stuff like this.
All right, Gateway.
What's going on, y'all? You know me, man. I'm keep it all the way funky. She hella ratchet. She toxic. She's not a woman. She don't have no morals and standards, integrity, code of ethics. Nothing that a man would look for in a woman to want to keep her. So the way that she living, she want to live like that. That's the mentality that she want to keep because it justifies her actions and why she moving the way that she moving. You know, nobody can do something that can make me do something that I stand against. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like a man, you dealing with a woman or dealing whatever you do, I ain't gonna make me go deal with a man if that ain't what I do. You do only do things because it's really what you really want to do, and you just needed a reason to do it. I feel like she one of them type of women that is keeping the women in that state of mind that think like that because they could just go on social media, pull up this clip, and justify being a hoe. Um, you know, it's time for our sisters, man, to stand on their business because they the only ones that could, what I'm saying, make the black man get his mind right, regardless of what anybody want to say. So,
Gateway.
yeah,
We got a question. He said, "Oh, so you're saying a woman in a relationship has to know her limits when she isn't high on the desirable scale, like she got to humble herself? That's kind of wrong, though."
do I say a woman have to humble herself?
Yeah, they said, "Are you saying a woman in a relationship has to know her limits when she isn't high on the desirable scale, like she got to humble herself?" He said that's kind of wrong, though.
Nah, I don't think you probably misunderstanding what I'm saying. I don't think you should deal with nobody that don't desire you in a certain way. Period. Like, I don't think that you should even allow yourself to go into a space with somebody who don't see you in a certain light. I would never tell my daughter just settle with a man just because. You know what I'm saying? So that meant I think a woman like that need to know her self-worth because once she realizes her self-worth, then she can allow that to exude into the world. But if you don't care about yourself, then that's the mentality that you're gonna have. I mean, if you was just to switch the roles and put it in a man saying that, and it wasn't a woman saying that, everybody would say that the man was a dog ass nigga, he a hoe, he just want to be out here in the streets, he would be doing all this. It ain't no difference with a woman that speak like that. You know what I'm saying? It's no difference. Like the mentality doesn't change. Whether it's a feminine mentality or a masculine mentality, the mentality is the mentality, and she just out there bogus, and it's just what it is.
All right, KJ.
Yeah. So, first thing is your environment. She said she worked at the strip club. She ain't gonna see nothing but bad at the strip club. You around women that you know, um, as I got older, I strip clubs not impressive to me. And I almost feel sorry for some of them. Because I know mentally they got to disconnect. They got to rewire their minds that they'll never look at relationships again, the same way because they have conditioned themselves to be a certain way. I'm not, here we ain't talking about right or wrong, but it's just kind of telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you always in this toxic environment. Your environment makes such a big deal about you that it's gonna be that way. You know, and you know, Gateway talks about having morals, having a certain code about yourself. That go for a guy too. You know, men, women have a certain code and a certain thing. Like I said, my second marriage when I got married, I didn't cheat. I somehow mentally I could I'm not cheating no more. Anyway, if I'm with somebody and I lock in with that person and it's monogamous, I don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? So her environment is messed up. She'll never have a right mindset because everything to her is a P Valley series. It was a P Valley episode. She
Right.
sees so much, she exposes so much that it becomes her norm.
Desensitized.
She desensitized to it, and it becomes a norm. And the guys that go there also become desensitized. When you
Yeah.
put yourself in that, like I remember me and my boys, hey, before we used to hit, and I'm gonna age myself, before we used to get the Vino Club Casino back, which is what it was called. We used to go to the strip club
In the
first.
Beano way, in the
Yeah,
back.
we used to hit the Red Garter first, go in there, get reckless, have fun, and then we came to the club and got reckless and had and that was the mentality. So her environment is gonna be jacked. She's gonna be jacked up until she get out of that environment. So I feel sorry for her and people that have to step in that light for a minute.
All right, let me go to the next topic.
Because it's so funny, man. Even when we talk about the concept of a woman holding a man down, right? And they think like, oh yeah, I held you down. I was there for you. And you came up and you left. Did you hold him down or did you hold him up? And I want you to really think when I say that. When I mean by hold him up, like what type of partner was you during that season? Like, were you holding him down or were you holding him up and stopping him from growing? By way of adding more chaos than peace, telling him he couldn't do it, not believing in him, not supporting him, talking down to him, emasculating him, being disrespectful, telling him all the things that you could do or could be doing if he wasn't in your life while he was down. You follow what I'm saying? Or was it a situation where, you was invested into this man and then he did some nut shit when the tables finally got to, and that's just him being a nut. But most men by default are loyal. We don't forget how you treated us when we was down. It's a double-edged sword. So if a man get up and shit on you, that's a direct reflection of what you did to him when he was down. No man gets up and shit on a person that showed them love. A man will remember the person that gave him a pack of gum in the 3rd grade if that helped him land the love of his life. Yo, my boy, he stopped my breath from stinking. He gave me a piece of gum that, and he'll be loyal to the soil behind that shit. So when somebody starts talking about being entitled, it's like just because you was there don't mean you was there for somebody. And I don't want y'all to let that go over your head. Just being right there don't mean that you made that person feel heard, seen, appreciated, supported, loved, valued, or like that they was worthy. Sometimes it just be about making a person feel like they worthy, like you capable, you deserve this, you got this. And y'all to be in the proximity of it, just staying close enough to make sure that y'all around when the fucking shit hit the, start to come around. And then when y'all ain't getting the payout that y'all expect, man, I got a lot to say, oh, damn.
All right, Gateway, I'll take that.
Facts. I most definitely agree with everything that he said.
Yep.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, it's how you show up. Like you said, anybody could just be there. Anybody could just sit there and be there and act like they was a part of the process. But were you really a moving piece? Were you really that person that you could say that never shied away, that always made that sacrifice and gave a last, or whatever the case of situation may be? Or was you that person that beat me up in the process and made me feel like it wasn't gonna happen unless you was a part of it? Did you try to minimize my role or emasculate me in the process of me getting to where I'm trying to get to? Because you being there really wasn't a blessing that I really needed as much as you try to make it out to be, but you will make it seem as that because once everything, like you said, once everything come full circle, you got your hand out or you want the accolades of somebody who been there. Man, I've been there. I've been in that story multiple times. That type of stuff make you not want to take nothing from people, not want to accept things from people, not want to be transparent about what you're going through, because people will prey on you. People will prey on your vulnerabilities and then misuse you and mishandle you at times. You could be the strongest person, or you could be the weakest person. It can happen to anybody once you open up your heart. You know what I'm saying? People that you love. So I most definitely agree with that. And if you a man and a woman held you down on any type of level, whether it was incarceration, whether it was you pursuing your dreams, and you don't reach back, you don't pay homage, you don't give her flowers, you a lame ass dude. And people like y'all don't deserve nothing. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. I don't like people like that, man or women. If people showed you love and people was there for you, you make sure you give them people their flowers.
All right, Tara.
Okay, before I answer, I do want to ask one request of you, Lacey. When you gonna play videos by that dude, tell me to stop looking at the screen. You know I can't stand that man. Look like Skeletor to me. I'm sorry, God, forgive me. Okay. Anyway, I agree with most of what he said until he got to the point where he said, "No man is going to forget about a woman or not be loyal to her if she's been there." He already said at the beginning that if a dude does that, he just a nut. So we know that there are some who do. Other than that, I'll stand strong with what he said and how he explained it. Sometimes you can be there and you can help in certain ways that are needed. Like you might be able to financially support him, but if you talking bad to him and throwing it back up in his face and acting like he wasn't shit till you got to the party and you built him and you made him, when he gets there, the first thing he's gonna want to do is get rid of you because you were negative for him. And when he looks at you, he's gonna see a woman who knew him when he was down, treated him like nothing when he was down. And it's hard for you to respect and love and dedicate yourself to somebody who treated you like that. And men too. If your woman is out here doing whatever she's doing and you are jealous or you are whatever, you just a nasty, mean person, when you talk down to her and treat her wrong, you know what? The perfect example of is all these women who are out here on Ozempic and all these row and all that stuff. Soon as they get to their goal weight, they leaving they men. And they say it's because when I gained that weight after I had the baby, or I did this and that, you talk bad to me. Whenever I ate anything, you ask me if I'm sure I should be eating. You treated her bad. Now she feels good and looks good. First thing she gonna do is get away from you. She don't want to be with the person that saw her at her worst. So you got to treat people well if you want them to stick around once they make it. They don't owe you that just because you helped them with something once upon a time in between all the berating and degrading that you did.
All right, KJ.
Yeah, I'm agree with a lot of things like Tara said, and also that the Gateway Louis said. You can have people around you that's really not for you. They just there. You can get in a tough bind, and they still ain't rolling. The waters could get choppy, and they still waiting on you to make it happen. You look around, it's like it's you by yourself, full of doing everything. So yeah, that makes a very big difference. So I just stop right there. That's a big deal. How you show up with somebody.
All right, Ricky.
In the infamous words of Wasi Bay, it's just some ain't shit bitches. And that's for male and female. Some people do that though. I mean, I do. Like, one thing
Was
that
that
I
our
did
answer? Or you got
learn.
me later?
I know that's what are you still talking?
Yeah, I was. I was looking at these kids because they're walking around with this piece, and I'm about to drop kick one of them. But one thing that I have learned over the years is no matter what happened with me and nobody in any relationship I've ever been in, they still reach out because I didn't down talk them to that extent to make them feel like they want shit when they was going through whatever they was going through. I also know that nobody is obligated to be there for you when you're going through whatever you're going through trying to figure it out. So when you as a person feel like they're obligated to do it, that's where the lines already start getting a little muddy. And then people just be tired of folks. What cornbread said on sinners? Kind to folks. That's what we need to do. Be kind to people, and you'll get the results that you actually want. But Whenever most and studies have shown that most men when they do get on, they don't want to be with that woman no more because she don't always see the broke version of him. So that's the reason why they really do be leaving a lot of y'all females behind. Because you know the broke version of him, and then they go get the woman that they actually want that was out of their league that they couldn't get at first. Statistically, it has been proven, so I'm not here to negate or argue that. But go off.
Maybe you was the only one going off. Oh my God.
Hey, Stacey.
Ricky, that part right there. I feel like a lot of these men, when they're down or broke and stuff, and they get on top, then they can, I guess, run their game, or be with the in crowd, but and then forget about who has been there for you. Yeah, but it is what it is. I think people should treat people how you want to be treated or how they treated you. But it's all good because what goes around comes around. Karma is a mug. May not be right then and there, but you gonna get it. So I just think that if somebody was there for somebody, they really need to, think about that. Don't dismiss somebody because you on top now. Don't dismiss somebody because you feel like you better now. Hey, help the other person get where they need to be if they not where they should be or whatever. I just feel like that goes for men and women. Like, don't talk down to people. Like, really, I love to see our people win, and if we just win together, that's like the bomb, And a lot of people, I don't understand. I love to see people, our people, I should say, um, be together and be a powerful force. But there's so much hating, and people have been brought up in a different light or a different way that they don't know how to, you know, give back or be that powerful person with somebody. So watching what their parents were like or friends were like and stuff. So sometimes you gotta, mature, grow up and go for what you know for yourself, by yourself, and not you know, think about what I've seen or what my uncle's done and my cousin's done or whoever my boy's done. If you know your boy's a cheating ass or whatever, don't and like for real mentor him and try to help him. But anyway, that's all.
I want to say one thing too, though. With growing with people, right? Just because, like, if a person come up, man or woman, you have to grow with that person. You can't expect that this person is over here growing and their life is getting better, and just because you was there with them when they was on the bottom, you don't want to grow with them into this new space and be willing to transition. If you're not capable of the transition and willing to grow, you shouldn't be with that person, because if that's the case, I mean, I gotta dumb myself down and hold myself back because you don't want to level yourself up to make yourself relevant in this season of my life. You have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to humble yourself if you want to go and take that ride with that person on the next level. Or you're not qualified and you shouldn't be with that person because you're a stagnation.
All right, next topic, yeah. So this was long. So it says, if you are a entertainer like Denzel or LL Cool J, do you feel you have to tell your mate your every move if you are doing music videos or movie relationship scenes with women, or do you see it as them your mate trying to impose on your art?
I need all the ladies with their video on because we talking about LL.
All
All the
right,
ladies, y'all
We
got
will
video
not
on.
tolerate
Me
any
too.
LL hate.
hold on, dude. Bone popped up. Hey, Bone,
What's
can you
up?
hear me? Let me read this to you. This is the topic. It says, if you are an entertainer like Denzel or LL Cool J, do you feel you need to tell your mate your every move if you are doing music videos or movie relationship scenes with women, or do you look at it as your mate trying to impose on your art? Go ahead and take this first,
Why don't you tell
King.
us, ladies?
Um, I
I'll
really,
definitely answer if y'all want to go ahead. Fine.
um, I really don't like explaining my business, and I'm not on that level. So if I was on that level, I would think I would be even more into the not explaining my fucking business. Like, it is what it is. If you reap the benefits of what I do, it ain't doing no extra shit. It just come along with my business. It is what it is. Anything other than that is uncivilized.
All right, Ricky.
100% communicate with me. I don't want to find out that you didn't have a sex scene and whatever through the grapevine because I seen the movie. Tell me that shit ahead of time. Prepare me for it. Um, Definitely feel like communication goes a long way, and it's not an insecure thing. You don't have to tell me your every move, but when it comes to things that you're doing, like, hey, babe, we had to do a sex thing. I should be notified of it. I shouldn't be finding out like the rest of the world. And this goes back to that saying, like, let me know what's going on so that I don't have to find out from somebody else. I'm not talking about dumb like Andy dumb, but let me know what's going on. I don't want to find out with the rest of the world. Tell me ahead of time because we should be able and we should be on a level where we're communicating with each other where it shouldn't even be a question that you feeling like I'm clocking your move. You should be like, hey, babe, this is what's going on. But we had that kind of relationship where it wouldn't even be a question about it.
All right, Tara. I don't know if Tara there. All right, KJ.
Yeah, this is an easy one. You know, if you married with somebody that's your partner, you know, you shouldn't have any problems sharing that because I know who said I don't want to see the movie and see you doing something that I ain't prepared for.
All right, Stacy.
So I definitely agree with you, KJ, and you, Ricky, because I think it's a wonderful thing when you have that type of relationship with your mate. It's called respect. You don't want to have to, like you said, be surprised seeing the scene that your mate didn't talk to you about. You know, it's not imposing on their art or whatever they got on. It's about communication. It's about filling your mate in on what you got going on, especially if you know that women or men have been, in your inbox about your man or your woman and stuff about this and that and the third. It may be that same person that's in the video that hitting them up or whatever. So you want to keep it real. You want to talk to your mate about what's going on. They don't have to, it's not imposing on your art, on your whatever you got going on. It's about respect. It's about communication. That's what it is. So at that point, if you can't communicate or talk to your mate about what's going on with you, you don't need to be with that person. That's no respect. That's no life, no nothing. So that part.
All right, KJ, I answer this question since you asked me to.
Yep. This perfect for y'all.
I look at it
Well,
as
there's Tara. Tara, you want to go?
I go to Tara after I answer. So KJ, I look at it as it is any woman I with. It is imposing on my art. Like this is my world. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I have to tell anybody like if I'm doing anything. Like this is entertainment. Like I'm in the entertainment business. And you create an illusion for your fans or whatever. So I just feel like what I do in my art is my world. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't impose on anybody else's world. I've been doing this since I was a child and all this type of stuff. So in my world, that's how I feel. I don't look at it as disrespect, and that I look like this be going to work. I'm going to work, come back to a crib. And if you looking at a music video or something or a movie and thinking that I'm with this person, then that speaks a lot for you. You know what I'm saying? Period. That I feel like you're not mature enough to just look at my art as art. So, but go ahead, Tara.
Hold on, Tara, before you got Brad Pitt,
Hold
got
on.
Angelina Jolie.
And can I say something, Terry, before you go? And I will feel like you're not mature enough to have a conversation about your art. That is fucked up. That's no. It don't work like that. It's not about.
I don't think artists have to have a conversation about that.
It's not about speaking a lot for me being. I'm gonna say me being seeing this female with you, but it speaks volumes when you've been labeled as this fuck boy and all this shit, and then you not telling me what's going on with a woman in your bed or in your bathtub and shit. That speaks volume. That's called disrespect.
Mama, we ain't talking about my personal stuff on this show up in this way.
Okay.
This is an entertainment
Well,
show.
we are talking about personal stuff because I just talked about it. So go ahead.
We're talking about a top. We're talking about a topic of her bringing my life into this has nothing to do. If you can't, you're not on the screen. So if you can't answer your question without bringing me into your question, then you shouldn't answer the question. Period.
Okay, so here's the thing for me. Can you guys
So
hear
that
me?
was my question, you guys. That I
What is going on? Oh my God.
Was she on her twice?
That was my question. What?
Okay, so here's my answer to this question.
Taking me off the screen too.
I think that
The fuck?
if you're in a relationship with someone, this is your person, this is your woman, this is your man, marriage or not, y'all committed to each other. There should never be a time when you are out here making moves that could be seen as anything crazy, that you don't circle them in on that. We're going to talk about Thor, what's his name? Chris Hemsworth, Denzel Washington. Men of this caliber with careers as big as they are, tell their wives what's going on. Let them read the scripts. Because what happens is you have somebody stupid on the set taking a close-up picture of you and the girl in the tub kissing, sharing it on social media. Don't nobody know you working on this film. Don't nobody know you working on this video. And now your girl sees this picture for the first time. She has no idea that you were working on this. And now the world of and she's learning along with the world that you're supposedly cheating on her. So I just feel like if you're responsible in your relationship, you say, hey babe, I got a video shoot today. It's for this song because she probably gonna know what song you made. And I do have a female model. This is the treatment for the scene. If you know she can't handle it, you can tell her it's a closed set, baby, you can't come. But if she sees pictures floating around, she's gonna know what it is. She's not gonna think this was really you as some girl doing something. You gotta take her home. You gotta make sure she feels protected and in the know, and that ain't nobody able to play with her like that. To say that because you're an artist and in your world you can do what you want and you don't have to involve your person is cruel, and it's setting you up for failure. However, on the other side, as a woman, if you go be with somebody in the entertainment arena, you can't let these bitches phase you. If you know you locked in your spot, nothing that they are doing should phase you unless you catch a motherfucker doing something. You got to give him a reason to be able to trust you with the information and know that you're not going to go upside his head when you tell him something. So, but you cannot just move in silence when you got a woman. To me, that's crazy, Lacey. I can't understand how you would think that's okay.
Let me follow up with that. Then that's why they say certain, like, in order to date an entertainer, you have to have thick skin. That's why LL Cool J's wife said she had to check herself, like she's not imposed. She knows what he does. So even if she does sees pictures with him with woman or any all this type of stuff, she has to check herself.
He's not labeled as a fuck boy though.
Why man, I'm talking. Oh look, that's why you shouldn't date anyone unless you can deal with
Well, she gonna whoop your ass.
unless you can deal with that. All right.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
What is all that
Lacey,
noise?
that's bomb. But Lacey, real quick. She also said, Lord Jesus, please mute.
What was that?
That might be Louis. I think that's Louis.
What's up?
I don't know who phone it is. It was just a lot of static, so that's why we was trying to figure out who it was. But no, she also said that it took her a while to get there, and he had to make sure that she was comfortable in that scene. So don't just take a part of what she said and turn it into something else, saying that she had to check herself, because she wasn't like that. And she said it took me a while to get there.
That's what I'm saying.
But he had a part to
She
play
had
in that
to
as well.
realize.
Y'all are not gonna be able to be heard past whatever the hell that is.
That's Louis. You need to go take some
Hey
medicine and
Louis,
drink a hot toddy.
Hey Louis.
Yep.
But go ahead, Louis.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is my stuff staticking or something?
Are you in the wind tunnel?
Nah. Is it blowing?
It's just loud.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you loud.
Hold on.
Let everybody go.
I love that though, Ricky, because it's hard when somebody takes a snippet of something to cater it to just their side view. I love that you brought up that the whole story was she took time to get there.
But even with that, the answer, even with that, she knew she was in the wrong, so she had to get there.
Yeah, but he helped her get there. He didn't just throw it
Wait,
in the ocean and say, "Figure it out, bitch."
you don't know that. No.
You know what?
I just, I just,
Why ain't nobody for to play with you?
I just messed with it.
Mm-mm.
Louis.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Louis.
All right. You know, I think people gotta understand what the hell they signing up for. When you dealing with somebody and they tell you their ambitions is to be a musician, an actor, a comedian, it's already things that come along with it, whether you a male or a woman. If I date a woman that's a singer or an actress or whatever, I gotta accept what come along with that. If I'm not willing to accept what come along with it, whether that mean you acting in a role with a man, whether that mean you doing a video with a man, whether that mean you modeling in a swimsuit and you got other men there, I need to know my motherfucking role and stay in my lane because I understood coming into this space with you, what this was going to be. If I didn't want to accept that and be I feel like a lot of people deal with a whole lot of insecurities, and people force their insecurities on you. They have all these insecurities of within themselves, and then they project their insecurities as though you're liable and responsible to try to make sure that they feel secure about their insecurities. Partial of that is your responsibility. If you've done certain things to probably make them feel that way, then yeah, you might have to overly compensate to let them know that you ain't on that no more, right? But at the same time, if you're not mature enough to be able to be in that space, then you're not qualified to be with somebody in that space. Me personally, I don't like explaining myself to no motherfucking body. I wouldn't care who you is, and I don't know how women get off that. Like they somebody mama. Like first of all, I only got one motherfucking mama. So
Bro, I just said some shit like that.
can't nobody come tell me what the fuck I can and shouldn't be doing. Now you can make me understand where you're coming from, and then and I can empathize where you're coming from, and I can try to meet you in the middle to try to make sure that it's no misunderstanding if it's something that I may be doing unbeknownst to my knowledge that makes you feel a certain type of way. But I don't have to explain myself to nobody. Don't no woman or nobody make me feel like if I don't I'm doing something wrong fulfilling my dreams, my goals, and my aspirations. You know what I'm saying? And like people gotta understand, it's certain spaces that you can't come into. I don't give a damn if you my mama, my daughter, my girl, or whoever you are. If I have this space that's carved out for me and what I'm doing, you shouldn't intrude on that. I'm not gonna intrude on your space. If you got something that you do and that's what you do, I should trust you enough to be like, you know what? That's my baby. She handling that business. Go handle your business. Now, if something come up to where it ain't that, then we got to have that conversation. But other than that, I feel like if you with somebody, you should trust them. And if you can't trust them, that ain't somebody you should be with.
All right. Teresa said, it says you're mate, so you should share what you're doing, especially if it's sexual nature. It doesn't give the freedom to tell you that you can't do a scene, but there shouldn't be FM secrecy. Hold on. Communication needs to happen, period. If not, then I feel like he's hiding something, which will be me questioning versus questioning when it's
Louis, you should mute yourself, darling.
Huh?
yeah,
You
me.
should mute yourself.
And then she said, "Yes, Louis, it comes with the territory, and I don't see it as a problem. Do you make that money, but not telling me can break trust? It's not about explaining yourself; it's about being transparent." You want to respond to that, Louis?
I don't have to tell you everything I got going on. Who the hell are you? Like, first of all, I don't even want to know everything you got going on in your business. That's your job. I don't care to know all of that. I feel like people have these insecurities that they want you to try to validate for them. I don't have to validate that for you. You need to go through whatever process that you need to go through and heal and understand that everybody ain't like you. Everybody is different. Like, I don't have to feel like if I'm not telling you nothing, that I'm hiding something from you. Like, if you ask me, yeah, I might tell you, but I'm not probably gonna walk in the door like, hey, I had a sex scene today, and yeah, it was because it was just work. It's not even. It's like me going to the strip club and performing. When I go to the strip club and perform in front of strippers, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I was at the strip club. I was in there handling my business and I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference between somebody who's a professional versus somebody who's acting like they're professional and then misusing the platforms and the resources that they evolved in. And that's the difference.
That part, being a
Yeah,
fuck boy. You
I
right.
think,
That
I
part.
think, I think, Louis, only entertainer, like only real like artists understand artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like people who not doing the profession we doing ain't gonna ever understand it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna
But if
always
you
be
choose to be with somebody not involved in it, you should help them understand it. I just can't do this abandonment thing where this is my business, what I do, you don't have the right to intrude. I don't think it should be taken so negatively. It's, babe, we're gonna
but
be doing behind the scenes stuff. We're gonna be releasing some
you know what
videos.
I'm saying? You're not gonna understand it
Just
because
say
you're not in that,
something.
but you're not in that field. So you not gonna that's how you gonna feel because you're not in the field. And it's just like how police officers tell us, y'all civilians don't, they have their ways of thinking that we are not gonna never understand. So us as artists have our ways of
But
thinking
you can make it easier.
that
Here
y'all
go the thing. That what's that little white girl name? I can't stand because Mary from Sinners, Haley, whatever her name is. She sent the sex scene to Josh Allen, the dude she just married, and said, "This is what's gonna be on the big screen. And I don't want you to see this for the first time amongst your friends, your football team, and nowhere else." She made him watch that with him and her. So what I'm saying is just have a little care because that man knew he was going to marry her. He knows she in love with him, but she had enough to go, yeah, this might cause a ruckus. So let me involve my baby to cover that blow, to cushion that blow. And that's the kind of compassion I'm talking about. Not can I do the movie? Can I do the thing? Can I nothing? But babe, this is what's going on. So behind the scenes footage might come out. If you know I was doing a video shoot, whatever the sex scene, then when somebody drop pictures and stuff, and you can't reach me, you already know what it was. I'm not setting you up to be boo boo the fool to nobody. It's all I'm saying. I know a man ain't gonna ask you woman for permission. That's
Hey,
That
Rick,
part, Tara,
Rick,
and that's just like when I didn't understand the world of battle rap, and I was understanding when he told me how niggas in the battle rap field would probably be hitting me up as they did, and I did not communicate with them because they could use that against him. Stuff like that. It's all about explain to the person what's going on and stuff. Communication is key, no matter what. But when you having inbox messages about fuck boys and all that shit, you really need
man,
to
look well, but if
you
stop
really
talking.
need to kind of have that
I
to
don't give a fuck what
explain.
nobody say. Listen, I don't give a fuck what nobody say about me. Stop bringing me
What
up in
you
your
say, Louis?
conversation up in this motherfucker.
hey,
Louis, you gotta mute yourself. Oh, he could have
I
talked.
wanted to ask you a question, right,
Personal,
Ricky?
personal life.
When you worked in the medical field and you had to go and you had to examine private areas,
The
right?
truth hurts.
Right?
Truth hurts.
That was your job, right? That was your occupation, right? Did you go home and tell the person that you was in that space with, everybody who came in front of you and pulled their clothes down that you had
It's not the same.
that?
Okay, so
Hold on. That was your job. So even though you like men, even though you was in that field, when you was doing what you was doing, you wasn't looking at that as, oh, I'm seeing all these at work. I'm getting it in. You was like, man, I'm going to work. I'm handling my business and I'm going home. I wouldn't even want to hear about all the deeds that you seen when you was at work. I don't want to know all that. That's too much information. I have to trust you.
Louis, so my case is just a smidge bit different only because I can't talk about my job in that sense because of HIPAA violation. So I can't use like my stuff just a smidge bit different. So I can't disclose certain stuff. But to your question, it was certain stuff I did go home and talk about. And most dudes are not okay with, oh wait a minute, you was looking at you had to do what to
I don't want to hear that shit.
they don't want to hear it. So
my
Much
job is to
information.
talk about amongst other nurses.
Yeah.
So I don't really talk about the stuff that I do at work with
But there
normal.
was also not gonna be nobody taking pictures of you doing that either. They could accidentally get out and make you look stupid or make your man look stupid either. It's different.
It's not gonna make you look stupid if you already know the field.
Oh Lord. Okay.
It won't make you look stupid if you tell your woman and she know it might come. Just
You should have
help her,
to. You should
help
have
brace
to.
her for the blow is
You should have.
all.
You should have to if she know you at the
The
entertainment.
truth hurts.
Louis, I don't know what you got, but it sounds like
Exactly. You the
But
one.
baby, you gotta mute
The
yourself.
truth
It's
hurts.
crazy. Yeah.
you might want to try taking like a decon. Hey, bruh, you might want to try taking like a
I
decongestant
think you
to
would
help
want to
you feel
know if
better.
I'm
Is he
catching.
sick or did he lose his voice because he performing out there? Ain't he like in a competition or something?
You have a sex scene.
I
I do.
taught you.
I want to know. She said, but if you choose to be with a non-artist, or you observe they're trying to help them understand or make them comfortable.
Yeah, Lacey, are you?
Read the book. No,
That's ridiculous.
now let me go to this day. We've been on this topic too long. All right. I think you sent this in, Louis.
This is why you can't be successful. This is why you a loser. Okay, let's talk some game. You know how y'all are feminine and you ain't never gonna make it in a masculine world? Jealousy and envy. What masculine men do when they see greatness, they feel something, but it's not a negative feeling. It's inspirational. It's inspiring. It's motivational. It's congratulatory. So when you see greatness, if you're masculine, you see it, you congratulate it, and you're trying to learn so you can be great too. You know why? Because masculinity is the battery and the fuel to progress humanity forward. So we need masculine men. And so God made you like that. God made masculine men so that when they see greatness, they get inspired and they get inspired to do great things to move humanity forward. That's what masculinity is about. But if you're a bitch or feminine, when you see something, you get in your feelings. When you see something great and when you see a man doing great things, you get in your feelings and you get destructive. You start tearing it down like a toxic bitch. You understand? It's cancer. That's not masculinity. Masculinity is designed to move us forward. So when a man sees something that's positive or inspiring him, he feels something and he uses that feelings to motivate. And this motivation helps move humanity and society and life forward because he's inspired to do good things to move humanity forward. He's inspired to go procreate and keep the gene pool going. He's inspired to start a business and get his money to take care of his family. This sustains life and humanity. This is called masculine energy. But when you sit back and you see a man doing good things and you feel ill and you start hating and you start tearing it down, you're a toxic bitch. Facts. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, my brother. I'm trying to game you up. And whether you want to be religious, whether you want to be motherfucking metaphysical, whether you don't believe in God, whatever, when you put out negative energy, that becomes your life. You don't get good.
All right, Louis, go ahead. It was your. You on mute, Louis.
All right. Yeah. So, I sit there because when I seen it, right, I always try to understand haters, right? Like understand like what make them be the way they are, right? Like just to try to get an understanding, like, cause when you experience so much hate, you just be like, man, what. And then when he broke it down like that, and to masculine and feminine energy, that's exactly how it goes. When I see a man handling this business, dripping or just doing his thing, it's like a surge of energy that shoot through me to make me want to be a better version of myself, make me want to step my game up. And I understand where he coming from too when he's saying like, if you see a man and he winning and then you start feeling a negative or ill way, you know what I'm saying? That's a female trait because, men, we're competitive by nature. So if I see another man that's doing well or whatever the case situation may be, it should be in my nature to want to match or max out his energy. If I'm submitting to it or if I'm bending to the wheel and when I'm hating, that's a female trait. And I feel like that a lot of dudes these days need to really take a look in the mirror when they hating on dudes or females. Hating is a disease, man, and brothers need to stop doing that to each other.
All right, go ahead, KJ.
Boy, you'd be surprised. You know, people.
Louis.
You just mentioned it is a disease. Dudes will get to hating on you, and they can't even control the way they move
Facts.
within themselves. You know,
Facts.
I can see somebody and recognize, oh, okay, that's tight. How can I do what that person did? Some people they can't do that, and they'll sit up, they'll smile in your face, they'll be around you, plotting for your downfall. Can't wait for something to go wrong. Your mentality, if you positive, you get those positive rewards. But like we talked about earlier, you know, if you're around negative people, that negative energy will make you be negative all the time. And it's the worst thing in the world.
All right, Tara.
Okay, so I would just like to ask, and this is this is to the world. Can we stop calling the shit that we hate female traits? Because it just feels like super disrespectful. It feels like everything that's done wrong in the world is blamed on us. It's a negative trait no matter who you are. Whether you're a dude or a woman, just don't be a hater.
Tara, you all agree though, like a lot of females be super like that.
Females gossip, man.
That trait gossip.
They do. Listen, but all I'm saying is for the women who don't behave like that, we don't want to be lumped in with them. So can't we just say it's a terrible trait for any human being? Don't be a
Nah, it's
hater.
a
Don't be
female
toxic.
trait. Fuck all that. That's a woman's trait. That's a damn woman trait. Women do shit like that. That bitch thinks she all that. She look at her. She think she, that's what
Yeah, but
niggas
they
do.
shouldn't.
Niggas
It's a
lames do
nasty,
that.
negative, toxic trait. So let's just say it's horrible all the way around.
Hold on, let me get you Louis. Tara finish. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, so damn, what the fuck were we talking about?
With the niggas.
He threw me off when he came back in. Yeah, it is terrible. I do not like to see that in a man. So I'm not gonna say it's a feminine trait. I would say it's a negative trait. And it's really ugly. Like we joke around when, our man come in the room or whatever and come put his arm around us or come put his hand in our back pocket to assert his dominance in a situation, where other dudes might be looking. That's cute to me. That territorial thing is cute. But when you a dude and you miserable with your life, and so anytime you see anybody doing well, you got to craft on it. I know somebody who do this all the time. Not out of my life anymore, thank God. But that negativity was heavy. To be around somebody who is always complaining and talking bad about other people when they have nothing going for themselves, you're not really, you are jealous, but you're jealous because you're miserable, because you lazy, because you have nothing going for yourself. So stop being a fucking bum. Quit spending all your time mad at somebody else because they went out and got it, and get up and go get it. This is for men and for women. Jealousy is a nasty, ugly, cancerous trait because you're eating away at yourself. And then if you have people around you who on the positive, they're not going to be around you either. We get tired of seeing that behavior. You always toxic, always mad. So I agree with this dude is saying. I think the worst type of people that can ever be jealous are men, because I think women can be dangerous too. But I think men will fuck some stuff up for real behind that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just they're going to the house to shoot everybody, babies included. So men really need to leave that shit alone for real. It's not cute.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, Gateway, but let me read this comment. Therese said, I don't think hating is a female trait. It's the trait of a hater. Please don't generalize such a negative trait to females.
Thank you.
I didn't say something with all this lame ass shit. Fuck all that, man. Women got 1,000 shows where they on there talking about other women, and all y'all women watch the shows. So I don't want to hear that. And it's like that's what women do. To sit there watch Real Housewives and sit there. Oh, and this girl, and they got and talk most women. That's how they got all the shows got big. Ain't no man sitting around watching these damn shows.
What can we doing?
Like not like that. I'm just saying. Women gossip. It always have. They do it at church. They do it everywhere. They do it anywhere you go. Women sit around and talk about.
Yeah, what the dudes on them shows be doing? Scrappy them be gossiping like
he a
nobody
lame and he acting like a hoe. Period. That's a female trait, man. That's what women don't get bashed for, because that's what women do. They sit around, oh, that girl, look at her nails, look at her. Y'all just do that stuff. Oh, she wrong for coming in here looking like that. Y'all do that stuff so natural. It's not even like, y'all don't even look at it like, that's what y'all do every day, all day. Y'all can walk in the grocery store. She got a bonnet on her head. She ratchet. You know, that's just what y'all do, man. Like, come on, man. Like, man, don't do that. If you a nigga, you do that. You a lame, bro.
Well, like Louis said, there are a lot of women who do that, but I don't want to attribute it to women. Everybody stop hating. Just everybody stop hating. The bonnet thing was fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
PKF say thumbs up. Peace. Salute to you, the panel. Therese said, y'all always talk about being careful about y'all having ops in your own count. That's hate. So it can be, I guess, can't be just a female trait.
Scrappy and Kirk and all them sit up in their gossiping just as much as Rashid and them. So please.
And she said, "Ella, this feels like
them niggas hoes."
All right, go ahead, Stacey.
So with me having multiple salons, multiple. I've had my barbers talking about men, other men, and man, you see them at the game, blah blah blah, all this shopping shit. So I feel like men and women do it. You know, the women on this side talking about, you know, the women, oh, why she get her? What did y'all see her trying to be like me? Men do it too. It's all the same. But I do feel like that's craziness when the men do it. It's like women are expected to do it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you see the men do it, it's like, what the hell? We'll say, oh, he grew up around a lot of women or this and that, and just, he got a lot of girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? Well, women friends and all that. It's not good. It's like, they be like little bitches, you know? I don't like that. Like, I'm around that type of shit. I've seen it. I got men calling me up now just talking. It's like, get out my fucking ear. Like, go get a life. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you tripping off this man over here? Or, you know, it's not good. Like, this is a whole new different type of, I don't know what the hell to call this shit. This is a new type of world going on.
Talk shit, Stacey.
Like, for real, it's like, it's not good. It's not good. Just today, I was just, you know, somebody in my ear, you know, talking about stuff, about something. It's old. Get over it. Like, get over it. I'm tired of it. Like, for real. Like, what the fuck? You still mad? Like, why? And this person ain't even probably tripping off you. Like, let it get off your mind, off your heart. Like, forgive. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, really, I'm trying to have a whole new type of energy up in here. Like, for real. Like, I don't want to hear that. I got my own shit going on, which is about to not be. But I'm just saying, we want that positive. You know, we can't. Look, life is too short. That part. Get over it and stop it.
All right,
I just want to say real quick, one little quick thing. Just, we also got to stop confusing when somebody has an opinion and it's different than yours with hating. So if a dude come in and he don't like the way you moving, cause he been your friend your whole life and he know you ain't never been on that type of stuff, and he see something wrong and he come to you and say, hey, yo, the way you moving or the people you bringing around you, we grew up saying we would never do stuff like this. You treat him a lot. That's not hating. That's concern. I think, and I'm not. This is not at Louis at all. I'm talking about people in the world. If you come out and you know your daughter leave out the house in pajamas to go to school, and you go, I raised you better than, you're not hating on her style or her Gen Z, Alpha, Beta, whatever the fuck generation this is. You're telling her, I raised you to go out the house like you are looking for a job interview every time you leave this house, or whatever your thing is. Not everybody is hating when they don't agree with what you're doing. And I see that also too as a trend. I can tell you I don't like it and not be jealous of you. Please believe it.
All right, Tone Bone.
I don't know what the topic is, but hating. But if you a hating motherfucker, drink piss and die.
Oh Lord.
I bet you talk about. All right, Ricky.
Drink piss and die.
I think a lot of people do misconstrue the hating thing. They think everybody's always hating on them. That's a hater's job to hate. So if you're doing what you're supposed to do, you shouldn't be worrying about that shit anyway. I don't think it's gender specific. I think it's on both sides of it. I think niggas act like bitches, bitches act like bitches, and that's just what it be. I hate that it's a double standard to a lot of shit, but it just is. That's just life. Men call gossip barbershop talk. Uh, women do it, women gossiping. Like the shit weird, but whatever's whatever with that.
The men at the barbershop, we talk about sports.
Y'all talk about sports, niggas.
Hey, you see that nigga? Hey, look at that nigga.
Y'all talk about
Golden State Warriors. We be talking about
Y'all talk about women. Y'all talk about it all.
Side chicks, all of
And
that shit. I've heard it all.
I don't condone.
None of that shit because barbershop talk is barbershop motherfucking talk, which ain't shit but motherfucking gossip.
I don't condone niggas
all
grouping
white.
together to talk about other niggas that's gay.
Right.
I'm saying niggas do. Niggas be out here pillow talking like a motherfucker, and y'all
We all gossip and barbershop talk. I'm telling you, we be talking about music.
Hey, this is why so many
movies,
dudes
sports. We be talking about the artists.
Yeah, you might do that in your barbershop, but I'm telling you how reckless it be out here with these dudes. But like Louis said, when they act like that, they hoes.
At your barbershop, Louis.
This a different breed of dudes out here now. That's all
right.
I'm saying.
Louis calls them hoes. My motherfucking hurt, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, it's just like me and Tone, right? Me and Tone Bone, right? We had a show. We didn't know each other was gonna be there, but we both compete, right? He dope. He got his own style. He got his own flavor. He got his own thing or whatever. I'm not gonna hate on him, man. Regardless, I'm gonna be like, damn, bro, salute. Hey, you did your thing, my nigga. Hey, what's up? Hey, that was hard, but keep doing it. Like, I don't get why people hate on each other because if you in your own lane, then what you hating on the next man for? It's lame to me, man.
It's that crab in the barrel thing that happens. You don't want to see somebody succeed if you not. You got to be the first to do it. And you ain't gonna turn around and help nobody. I don't know where that mentality came from. Well, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, let me go to the next topic.
See, God is a man. You represent God. And I tell black women, the closest you may ever get to God is being with a black man. Because he looks more like you than me. Nobody never saved nobody but you. And you have been beat down so discouraged that it's very difficult. But I want you to know that you will be the winner. You are the original man. God didn't make everybody and then make you. He made you first. And everybody was modeled after you on some level. That's real talk. That ain't to soothe your ego. These are actual facts that if we could get our men to understand and accept. And I know it don't look like it now. I know some of the guys in the gutter. I know some of them in prison. Some of them on drugs. Some of them out here acting ignorant. Some of them pretending to be a woman. But that does not change the foundation of who you are and who made you.
All right, KJ, take that, KJ.
Oh my God, she said pretend to be a woman. Woo,
Ladies, she told you the closest thing you're gonna ever get to God is being with a black man.
She said a dark-skinned black man.
Oh, that's just fucked up. That's light on light crime.
Right. Get her, Tone. Get her.
She act like she wasn't in the kitchen making eggs.
Shut up, Tom, when I'm talking to you.
Her maiden name probably Stuttgart, regular or something. Over there.
My maiden name is Miller. Thank you.
That's that's definitely yes. That is not, girl. You said that proudly.
I am. We come from millers and teachers and shoemakers. I am very proud of my history.
Girl, know what I'm saying?
All right, Louis, go ahead, break it down.
Man, I'm a firm believer in black men being the king, black women being the queen. I'm not a racist, but that's just through my level of education and study, that's just what it is when you trace back. And I feel like once we as black men wake up and find our true purpose, I feel like the world that we know is going to change dramatically. But I feel like that the black man can't change until the black man and the black woman align to be able to see themselves and their greatness to be able to get to the next level. If we don't respect each other and treat each other in this light and look at each other in this light, then we always gonna be at odds. But that's the whole plan, for us to be at each other's throat, so we can always be impoverished. We can always be at each other's throat, and it's working. It's working right now. You know, it works every day. And until we realize the war that's going on against us and who we really are, then we gonna stay stuck in this state.
All right, Stacy.
Can you come back to me last, please?
All right, Tone Bone.
Why you ignoring me?
Yeah, we don't need no light skinned pink.
All right, Tone Bone. Not a play. Good, Tone.
Straight up. We don't
I
need
got 4
this.
years of this.
This is a dark skin. This is a dark skin question.
Well then, shut up.
I would check this out. True story though. The what hurt this theory is the black men don't believe it's true, but black women don't believe it. So therefore they don't like, you know. So like,
Bullshit.
man, get the fuck.
You can be
Bruh,
mad. I don't care.
sister.
Yes, brother.
You spend a lot of time on this show talking about how men behave in negative manners, all type of shit. So that is not speaking to the God in the man. That is not speaking to anything in the man. That's speaking to
No,
the
I
detriment
don't,
of the man.
Tone.
Yes,
No,
the
I
fuck
don't,
you
Tone.
do.
Y'all talk
Yes, you
way worse
do.
about us
No,
than
I'm
we
not.
talk
No,
about
no, no.
y'all
This
on
ain't a
this
y'all.
show,
We're not talking
baby.
about what the y'all. We talking about what you say. We ain't talking about y'all. We talking about you.
Now, yesterday you just said I agree with women
I ain't
that
say
don't
nothing to you
rock with my
yesterday.
morals, but now I
I ain't
hate
say
black
nothing to you
men. Boy,
yesterday.
please.
I ain't say nothing to you yesterday. What I say to you yesterday? I
Oh,
ain't
what
even see you
was we
yesterday,
when
D.
we were in the chat, whatever day that was?
Stay. I remember what you're talking about. You're talking about. I don't even
I'm
know.
sure.
Yeah, no, you tripping. I was you came in the chat fucking with me. And I said that shit in that chat too. That you be just defending women no matter what the fuck they
No,
believe.
I do not.
Yeah, I said that in the chat. That's what I
Oh my
said in
God.
the chat.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Answer your question so I can prove you wrong.
Girl, you ain't gonna prove shit because you got an opinion.
Go
What,
ahead so I
girl?
can
I don't
prove you
make no
wrong.
fuck about your opinion. Light skinned
I
people
don't give
don't
a fuck
count.
about yours.
I told you this is a dark skinned question. Your
Oh
shit
my
is
God.
invalid.
Shut up, Tone,
You
and
light
answer the
skinned
question.
and a woman. So it's that's two.
Oh, so you were sexist and a colorist?
Oh my God.
That's two.
That's Napoleon. That's a Napoleon complex.
Napoleon. No, this is not Napoleon. But nah, for real though. Nah, honestly, I say like women just don't speak into it because a lot of time what can really break a man down is what his woman say to him. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people outside of your household, like they like bitch ass nigga, all this, a lot of shit you probably let roll off your you know roll off your skin. But if your woman saying it to you, it feels a little bit more heavy. Like, and if you really look at society and how it goes, a lot of times women like when a woman leave a nigga or when the shit is all bad, that's a lot of shit. Like it's like kicking a nigga when he down. Um, and that happens way more often than people building up. Like even what she said, like I know he ain't this, I know this, and I know this, I know this. She even went to the ones that's acting like women out here. You hear me? Like black men are in a fucked up place. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard at times for people to realize whatever it is or whatever they even for the black man because it's like if you even try and it's like every time you try, it's a different fucking. It's like it's just fucking crazy. And I don't even be using this excuse, but I be seeing it now. The older I get, I see more of it. Like the more I'm out, like in the industries, like not even just like rapping on like straight being in businesses and shit, and seeing like going to these people home, like it's straight a race thing. Like this shit crazy. It's crazy, and I really don't think our community understands it. Like how deep it is way level. It's way deeper than what the shit we march about and riot for and do all this other shit for. But I truly believe like if the courage, the confidence, and everything in the black man does get back to where it's supposed to be, like society as a whole would change.
All right, Ricky. My bad, Ricky. It's supposed to be Tara. Go ahead, Tara.
For the last 4 years, y'all have been able to find me on this podcast, and I've said this a million times. The God's greatest creation is the black man. I've always thought that. My daddy was not in my life. He did not raise me, and that still didn't change my point of view. For the men, for the big cousins, for my homies that I grew up around, those black men have always protected me. Those black men taught me how to fight, how to ride a bike, how to climb trees. I've been surrounded. I had the luxury when I was younger to have good, and they were kids. And sometimes, like my cousin Mikey, rest in peace, was 3 years older than me. But these were black men who protected me, who taught me, who told me what niggas would try to say to try to, get my virginity, all these things. The things that gave me an armor and made me strong, I got from black men. And so to me, it don't get no better than it. I've never dated outside my race, ain't thought about dating outside of my race. Comfort and strength, I could be going through anything and be out and find myself in situations where the good advice I get are from black men. The compassion and the comfort and the understanding and a proverb here or a Bible verse there, like my brother Sean Bradsfield. Something's going on with me, and I happen to post it on Facebook and just say, today was rough. He calling me. What happened? Speak out, or call it out, and we can pray about it. Like right now, black men. So, and this has nothing to do with relationships or anything sexual. This is just I just get this feeling that they are the greatest thing that God ever created, and we were made for them. So it's hard to see us back and forth. Like on One Man, One Woman, we talk about this all the time. And on here, I talk about it all the time. We have got to stop making each other the ops, because a black man will never be with any other type of woman other than a black woman that knows his struggle and his pain and what he's going through better. We are from you guys. And we've gotten lost there. This government has set it up to make us hate each other, hate ourselves, and all of that, and we fell for it. I don't know how to get us back there. But black men, there are some of them who are mean and abusive and crazy, and they've been through some stuff. They need some healing. But the black men who are out here trying to make it, trying to be better, you are beautiful, you are loved, you're respected. I wish I could protect you all. And I'm not perfect. I have been in terrible relationships, and I have had a mouth on me and things like that. But the ultimate thing in life I've never wavered on, well, once. There was a brief moment in my life where I was like, I don't know if I believe in love anymore. But black men are just the greatest fucking thing walking. And even when you don't act like it, I can still see and hope and pray that you get there one day. There'll never be anything like y'all. Genetically, scientifically, spiritually, ain't nobody fuck with y'all, honestly.
Ricky.
Tara, thank you, Tara. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I don't know who the lady was talking about. I ain't gonna never see nothing closer to God than a black man. I guess she's talking about on earth, but shit. Just saying.
Who raised this ninja?
Boy, Ricky go with something. You know it.
I'm just saying. Don't be telling me how I'm gonna see or who I'm gonna see. But I do believe that.
Believe in Jesus.
Jesus, definitely black.
Black Jesus.
That's the only Jesus, the black one.
Yeah. I do. Y'all be really trying me, man. I be trying to be chill, and y'all be. I do believe that black men are one of the most amazing things ever created, right? I also believe when black men actually be the black leaders that they can be, that this world would be a better place. And that means from how they speak to people in their daily, just having the emotional intelligence to know that we don't always have to agree, and it doesn't have to become degrading, to black men leading and saying that I understand that we're having a difference and we can still be respectful. Okay. So black men paving the way and showing women how they should behave, and stop glorifying the crazy stuff that females do, because females do this stuff for men attention, and then men are like, I don't know why they do it. Yeah, okay. Women also need to be accountable for the things that they do, because at the end of the day, we all know right from wrong, and we all know the decisions that we can make. If men stop going to the strip club, women to get out of them. Men need to actually be leaders in the community, in daily, everything around them. Everything doesn't have to end in violence. I do believe men have the ability to be the leaders that they could be. I do believe that with every great man, there's a woman behind them or one holding them back. I believe it on both sides of it. Hey Jay, ain't nobody reading your damn comments and you on here. Just say it.
Nah, I need to read that comment. That's probably one of the most important comments he ever made.
Were you done, Ricky? Or are you still talking?
I'm about to just be done because KJ and his comments on here be cracking me. I do, and I had to check myself that sometimes my tone may be a bit much for some people. It's just naturally who I am, and I understand that I'm not for everybody. Um, so if I ever offended y'all, it's on y'all ass. But I ain't gonna lose my sleep over it. But I am gonna work to be better at not offending y'all as much. That's it.
Don't nobody get no fuck about this shit, man.
Ain't nobody talking to your black shit looking ass. All right, ain't nobody talking.
Then say everybody but me.
I just sat here
Nobody
and
know
tried
about
to
this
be
shit.
good, and then here you go with some bullshit. Then you gonna make me turn the fuck up. This is what I'm
That fake
talking
ass
about right
shit.
here.
That fake ass shit.
How about your fake black dot looking ass get on screen so then I can tell you how I really feel?
How can I be fake black?
All right, man. Go ahead, Stacey.
I really feel that there needs to be more brotherhood. I think that there needs to be more programs or more brotherhood things for men, like that can help teach maturity, that can help with anything that a black man may be going through. You know, the problems that even a therapist couldn't tell him. A man that, let's just say KJ, if he was if anybody was experiencing something, his young brother, 10 years younger than him or something, and he's been through it, he should be able to walk him through it or help him be the best version of him. That even maybe KJ wasn't the best version, but kind of walk him through it and be like, hey, I've been through this and I didn't do this right, but this is how you should do it, blah, blah. I think if there were more brotherhoods or programs for men, that would be helpful. And then I really feel like a lot of men are hurt by these women, and then they tend to hurt other women, but they want the women that they're hurting they're hurting to be strong for them, or to encourage them, and to talk good and to keep them up lifted, and they're not uplifting their women. And so it's a double standard. It can't be you want this and you're not giving that. So that's a thing too. A lot of men are having problems with like baby mama issues, or even their mother's issues, like the mothers didn't raise them right, or whatever. It's a lot that goes on with our black men. It's sad to see that they have to endure all of that, and they're hurting. I get that. And we sometimes as women do knock them down, but at the same time, they have to stop knocking women down as well, So it all plays a part. And I'm saying this because, I have a son. I deal with him and his friends and stuff. I try to be positive, for them. But another thing is like they need to be around more men, as a mother or as a female. I can't really, I can love on him and say, hey, I love you, blah, blah. But that brotherhood is also needed. These older men need to take these younger men and show them the way, or be there for them. And so I'm not gonna lie, like I've never liked any other I've never liked Caucasian. I've had them come to me. I'm a corporate director at Veteride, and I actually was approached by a white guy, and I can't see. I can't even look that direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even really like, I'm light skinned, but I've never even liked the light skin. I'm just gonna keep it real, I've always liked the black man, and I really feel like our black men can be what they want to be. I'm always trying to be uplifting or helping them out to strive and become better. Like my ex, they would tell you that I was there for them. Like, my ex, one is a whole engineer. I'm just saying, it's like I love to see my Black men strive and thrive. It's a beautiful thing, and I think we should uplift them, and they need to uplift women as well. That's all.
All right, then.
This is Justin. We have a breaking news you don't want to miss. Coming up next, Uncensored, the Conversation podcast presents Speak Your Truth. In this powerful segment, our dynamic panel consisting of G Soldier, Ms. Busy Boss, Tara Michelle, Tone Bone, Ricky, and Gateway Louie takes center stage, as each one of them will speak their truth, sharing stories from the news that moved them, discussing hot topics that demand attention, or offering uplifting motivational messages to inspire us all. Get ready for raw, unfiltered perspectives and heartfelt moments. Back to you, Lacey.
All right, Ricky. Speak your truth and let them know where they can find you. You got anything coming up?
I just got graduation coming up soon from one of my classes that I'm in. Yay me. Also I have a job switch coming. I'm switching jobs. And then my truth today is love on the people while they hurt. Everything that happened that was devastating to our city. I love how we all came together as a community to help each other out. Even people who didn't really have it to try to help, they're still out here helping. Check on people. Everybody's not okay. We still got a lot of work to do. Be kind to people. Like literally just be kind to people because everybody's going through something. You just never know. And for people to lose everything in a matter of minutes makes you reevaluate life. Love on people while they're here. Material things can be replaced. People cannot. That's all I got.
All right, KJ, let them know where they can find you at. And if you had anything coming up, and speak your truth.
Cap Rapid Fraternity Incorporated in Belleville, we're going to have our Juneteenth celebration coming up. It's going to be, we have horses, we have rides for the kids, a very family friendly and family oriented, community oriented event. Also, if y'all ever on the Illinois side, come on up to Fairview Heights to jazzy y'all younger folks. They on Thursday nights. As they turn up night, I swear, the age is like maybe 25 to like 40, so if you like to turn up and you want to be at a nice place, you can have a good time and come out there on Thursday nights. I love to see some of my co-hosts. I love to see some of y'all on here. Come on out. Thank you.
All right. Stacy, let them know where they can find you at. Speak your truth. Got anything coming up?
So I have a lot coming up. A lot of traveling. I've been asked to do a lot, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it while I'm waiting on my build out for my restaurant. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start traveling and doing some other things I was trying not to, but I think I am. And yeah, for the people who's lost everything, like I literally was out there helping others and doing things because the community, it's it's sad. It's sad to see what has all happened, and I really it was heartfelt. I decided to be out there daily helping people as well. I lost 2 homes, but hey, materialistic things, I'm good. I was out there helping others, trying to get them together, besides myself. It's a thing. I'm so glad. It touched my heart to see us St. Louisans coming together. You know what I'm saying? We were out here being strong for one another, and I just wish we could do that daily. If we were more like that, helping each other, not out here hating on each other and stuff, we can make it. I've seen all the Arabs and all kind of other cultures stick together, but we did not. And now we're pulling together. It's like amazing. I just wish we can be like this all the time, and we can grow. We can be so strong. STL, we're storming through this thing, and we just need to continue to be like that. So, y'all, just look for me, pray for me. I'll continue to pray for y'all, and let's be better. That part.
All right, Tara. I know where they can find you at. You got anything coming up? Speak your truth.
You can find me here on Mondays. You can find me on Tuesdays, on the court report. If you follow me, you will see me posting about it. I'm at Opinionated Sense because this is perfume, not liquor behind me. So Opinionated Sense on YouTube, Opinionated_Sense on Instagram. One Man, One Woman is on hiatus right now, revamping and all that other good stuff. Here's my thing. On this show, we talk so much about men and women like being adversarial. Men want to tell us what they think. Women want to tell them I don't think anybody's listening. So here's the thing. If you're a person out there, specifically women, I'm gonna talk to women right now because I am one. If you're out there and you're having a hard time listening to your man, I want you to do two things, or one of two things. When your man comes to you and says, I want to talk, or we need to talk, I want you to immediately put yourself in the mind frame of how you would want him to listen to you. Immediately. If you want him to sit there and listen, take notes, listen to understand whatever it is you would need for him to be the perfect listener for you. I want you to become that for him when he says those words, we need to talk, or baby, I'm hurting, or if you notice his demeanor has changed. Put yourself immediately in the mind frame of what you would need from him, because it's okay as women for us to do it first. It's okay for you to show somebody how you want to be loved by giving them that attention and giving them that respect. If that still doesn't work for you because you're a little stubborn, a little pig-headed, I want you to envision with your whole brain coming home from work and all his shit is gone. He has not left you a note. He has not called you. Nobody in his family or friends will answer your calls. He ain't told you where he went. How would you feel to your core, your soul, your heart, your spirit, if this man showed you, I can't stand you so much that I can't even talk to you to tell you I'm leaving? If your life will be okay, then don't listen to him. If that will really fuck you up, then listen. We can start this thing on a better path. Since everybody seems to hate each other, somebody has to start somewhere. So before you lose everything that matters to you, try being what you want him to be for you.
All right. Janicia Combs says good word. All right, Louis. Let them know where they can find you at. You got anything coming up and speak your truth?
Yeah, what it do, man. It's Gateway Louis, Gangsta Love, y'all already know. Man, I got a lot coming up. We got this music, doing this music, we've been doing these shows. Got a lot of shows coming up real soon. Certain things ain't already finalized, so I don't like speaking ahead of time until everything is done. But also, we got Miss Queen, Hope and Peace. She just had her birthday yesterday, so we came out and performed last night at Bottoms Up. We had a wonderful time, man. So salute to all the team and everybody that came out to support T-Baby. What's good? You already know what it is, sis. And my words of wisdom, man, for everybody is just, find yourself. Everything starts with self. Everything ends with self. You can always say, I'm doing this because this person did that, or I'm doing this because that person did this. But that doesn't justify anything, because on the day you have to answer to your maker or the decisions that you make, you know what I'm saying? You made that decision. You have to be accountable for that. You have to be accountable for your actions, and stop using people as a crutch. A lot of people try to use others as a crutch to be able to try to justify their weaknesses and their insecurities. Be an adult, stand on your 10 and take accountability regardless of whatever it is. And with that, y'all already know, man, the saga continues, man. What's the word? Radio Vision, Mass Incarceration, Entertainment, Gateway Louis, Design the Game. We outside. Holla.
Bars. Yeah, I mean, y'all already know, man. I'm working on about to release my album in July called "The Weight of My Name." It's gonna be super dope. Trying to finish up this comedy, Uncensored the Stage Part 2, so I can move on to my other film project. So just be looking out for that. I'm working on a whole lot of other stuff, but my speak your truth today is like Louis said, also find yourself. Don't worry about what other people say about you or think about you, long as you know in the inside who you are. Don't argue with people, just like I said, just find yourself and become you. A lot of people are so fascinated or worry what people say about them on social media or care about likes and all that type of stuff. As long as you know who you are and you are comfortable in your own skin, that's all that matters. Period. All right, yeah, that's the end of the show. We had a great show. Y'all already know we have heated discussions as always. But we will see y'all next week, same bad time, same bad channel. Good night, everybody. Bars.